Welcome back, everybody. So we just talked to the Spoony Bard, and now we're gonna go talk to the matriarchs of Teroya. Oh my goodness! The Earth Crystal! You've reclaimed it! Hurrah! Yes, so we have reclaimed the Earth Crystal, but now... Oh no. I see you have acquired the Earth Crystal. That voice! Kane. Bring the crystal and board the ship. I'll take you to Rosa. And they just so happen to let us pass. We are letting you borrow the crystal, but be on your guard. Feel free to take the items in the underground storeroom. And that's all we really need to know about. So they've allowed us to use the Earth Crystal, and now we may be able to go raid their treasure vault, because that's what you do in RPGs. Nothing is... RPG rule number 1. Nothing is sacred. So you can literally go raid somebody's house and take their life savings. Alright, so before we go in there, I just wanted to show off the crystal chamber. I just love the animation of these crystal chambers. They are awesome. How everything is very crystalline and all that. So that's really why I wanted to do that. Let's go raid the vaults of Teroya. Because, you know, we saved them from the Dark Elf, who's probably less of a problem than they thought he was. This is once in a dungeon. Yeah, we've been here before. She's now... the Eptots... I can't say the name right. The Epops have granted us permission, so now we can raid their treasure. So let's see what they have. High Potion, Remedy, Ether, Dry Ether, Elixir, Echo Herbs, Great Bow, Fire Arrows, Lightning Arrows, Ice Arrows, Echo Herbs, Silver Apple, Dry Ether, Remedy, Ether, High Potion. So, tons of items. Some of that is actually helpful because we're going to go rescue Rosa and she needs gear. So, we're going to be very thankful for that. But first things first, we actually need to go to the other rooms, I think, because they still have... I love it. I still asked for permission and she opened it up even though it was open. Yeah, I'm kind of a dick like that. Alright, Bacchus's Wine. And now the third door. This one's a kind of a cool door puzzle. Tent, because we need those. High Potion. And by I need those, I really mean we don't, because I've already switched over to cottages at this point. And 2 ruby rings, so this will also be helpful for Rosa when we get her back. We'll have a dedicated healer again! Yes, Cecil, Nortella, count. So now that we're done in Teroya, it is time for us to go meet up with Kane. Oh, Kane, why do you do so much wrong? Where's the Earth Crystal? Here. Where's Rosa? In the Tower of Zot. Follow me. So where's this Tower of Zot, you ask? Well, very simple. It's, up. I love how that's how they explain it. It's just up. Alright, we are now in the Tower of Zot. Kane! Come on out! Now. First, Master Golbez would like a word. Golbez? Well done, Cecil. You have exceeded even my expectations. Wretch! Show yourself! Rosa stands beside me at the top of this tower. Bring the crystal here, and we will make the trade. She'd better be safe. You'd best hurry, or else something unfortunate might happen to her. Alright, so I actually did take a quick break to go level for the Tower of Zot because it is a bit of a pain, and Actually, in my opinion, one of the hardest bosses in this dungeon, at least for me as a kid, is here. So, thankfully they didn't present as much of a problem. But now we are back in the Tower of Zot, ready to go. And also, we're going to search around for some chests, because in this game, it's kind of worthwhile to do that. I know in the past I've skipped chests, but that was because I knew what was in them, and it wasn't worth it. This time, a lot of it's worth it. And I also like the fact that this is supposed to be a fantasy game, and here we have technology assets. So it's like, really? Alright, so we got some flame mail. That'll be helpful for Cecil. And actually, it's up a little bit. So we now have the flame mail. But I love the fact that it's this total whiplash. It's technology mixed in with fantasy aspect. And it's not really explained. It's just because the explanation in the game is like it's all ancient. It's all really, really old, and really, really old in this definition is technologically advanced. So, love that concept. And while we're making our way through the Tower of Zot, we actually do have some spare time, so I can actually go over some of the games that I've been playing and give people updates. So, I don't have a whole lot because the semester's going on. I'm doing a lot of major catch-up because of the strep. So I've only been able to play a few games. Excuse me. So, one of which is Dark Souls. I actually went back in there, and man, that game is cool in the fact that it tells a story, but it is difficult as crap. I got stuck at a particular point where I had to fight a completely armored... I almost thought it was a mechanical boar, and then I looked at it, and it's like, it's totally armored. This thing has, like, armor from proverbial head to hoof. And the only way to be able to hurt it, and I can't even believe I'm saying this on the internet because I know it will happen, is the only way to hurt it was to go around behind it and stab it in its butthole. So, make whatever memes of that you must. But I completed that. I actually found the blacksmith in the game and am now able to upgrade my weapons, which I did a lot of. Because I did not want to just get stuck more and more and more, because a lot of people might be criticizing the pace that I'm going through this game. I mean, that's one of the complaints that I kind of have, is that it doesn't start you off at a fairly good place armor-wise, and I'm playing a knight, so I'm, like, decked in armor. It doesn't give enough upgrades for it to be worthwhile, or fast as far as progression. I mean... Seriously, I've heard a lot of people compare Dark Souls to Diablo in the fact that it's a third-person version of Diablo. That may be the case, but holy crap, there is no loot explosions happening. Loot is actually really hard to come by, and it's kind of hard to tell at points what is an upgrade and what isn't, because where one might seem balanced as far as stats are, one might have something that you might require a little bit more of, and it's hard to get those kinds of items. So, overall, I'm enjoying it. I like the fact that I now have an access to a blacksmith, so that I can upgrade my weapons and my armor, and be able to cruise a little bit further. And here's the thing, I'm not faulting Dark Souls for that. I know Diablo, in their earlier games, did have this difficulty curve. You know, a lot of people criticize Diablo 3 for not having that, and you're kind of right, because you are getting blue items really quick in that game. But in this one, it's a little bit more difficult, and hopefully with the upgrades, I'll be able to start making some decent progress instead of dying over and over and over. So that's kind of my update for Dark Souls. Second update would probably have to go to Lego Marvel Superheroes. So I finally got back into that game just because I had a point where I was wanting to play something really silly. And so I actually just went into the Kingdom of Latveria. That was actually a really cool level and kind of a good homage to Dr. Doom. And then I think from there I went to... Oh, yeah, that's right. So I actually have kind of notes of where I went. So from Latveria, I went to an underwater level, and I'm always kind of skeptical about those. You know, the stigma's kind of there that underwater levels are bad in games, and I would normally be one to agree with that. but they actually designed an underwater level that was kind of fun. Mainly because you actually had to have Jean Grey hold this bubble over you, and so you had to stay under her so you didn't drown. And if you stepped out of it, I mean, you instant death. Because I tried that a couple of times, and I even had a few accidents where I was like trying to reach a puzzle piece and I accidentally stepped out of the bubble. And I liked it. I really thought it was a great idea, and LEGO has pretty much convinced me that they can do them. I'm not the biggest... I'm not going to fault Mario games. I think they do as good as they're going to get. But overall, I'm still liking LEGO Marvel Superheroes. Looking forward to the next one. But I think after this, I'm actually going to step back into Spyro, because a lot of people have been saying, well, you played the first game, but the second game is really where it gets good. So that's probably going to be where I go from there. And then I guess lastly, the other major update from the list of games is from Batman Arkham Origins. So I finally got back into that, and got into the mission where I had to go confront the Penguin, or Cobblepot is what he calls it. But I got to face off against Cobblepot, as well as, well, not face off, I got to interrogate him. But I also got to face off against two of the assassins that are after me in the story. And where one was a big disappointment, I apologize. I'm fiddling around with a pen. So, I think his name was the Electrocutioner. He was a bit of a disappointment because he was very easy to knock out. But that's okay, because I was rewarded with frickin' Deathstroke, which I really thought would have been near the end, because it's frickin' Deathstroke, guys. He's kind of notorious in the DCU. I thought they would go to somebody a little bit lighter before him. In fact, I kind of hope he comes back, because that was a pretty epic boss fight to do. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this short a little bit because we've got a boss fight coming. Welcome to the Tower of Zot. Charmed, I'm sure.
Welcome. We are the Mega Sisters. We serve Barbaricha, Lord of Wind. Mindy.
Sandy. And Sandy. We're afraid your journey is over. We will take your crystal. Say goodbye to your Rosa. Delta attack! Alright, so welcome to the Mega Sisters. They actually will make a reference back in a later Final Fantasy title. And I remember as a kid fighting these guys and struggling with them really hard. Mainly because it's the order you have to kill them. And I'm right now doing the order you have to. You have to kill Cindy first because it's either Cindy or Sandy has a really bad habit of casting Reflect on her. And then at that point she'll bounce spells back. But if you kill her first, she doesn't do it anymore. So I'm right now just focusing the... Ready, sis? I'm focusing the crap out of her, and there you go. Reflect from Sandy. Cast the spell, Minty!
Reflected!
Delta attack! I will admit, as a kid, when I saw the Delta attack for the first time, since I live in Utah and we are pretty much like a Delta up, I almost expected a Delta plane to go through the game. I don't know what I was thinking. But I was like, I'm disappointed. I thought there was supposed to be a plane that goes through. Alright, so Cindy is down, and she used to take me a lot more time to kill. Now I'm going to go ahead and focus Sandy down, so she doesn't cast any more spells. She's really easy. And let's go ahead and take care of Mindy. We're beating the crap out of a child. Aren't we just so proud of ourselves? Alright, so the Mega Sisters are done. This can't be! Our Delta attack failed!
No!
Alright, so it just so happens this is kind of the final area. I'm gonna go use a cottage really quick. And we'll get into the Batman talk in a little bit, but just know I really like that Deathstroke fight, but I can kind of see why a lot of people had problems with this game. Yeah, it's got some good moments, but it's kind of bad for the most part. It's definitely clear this isn't a Rocksteady game, so but we'll get into that in a second. No, you guys don't get a piece. We're near the end. Why did I do that? I don't know. Okay, so go up here. Welcome. Golbez! Where's Rosa? First, the crystal. She'd better be alright. Hand over the crystal now, or she dies. Here, take it. Hand it over the Earth Crystal. Now, where is Rosa? Rosa? Whomever are you talking about? What? You two-timing cur! Return her this minute! Ignorant dollard, have you no idea whom you're dealing with? How could I ever forget the monster who killed my daughter? Vengeance will be mine! Tella, have you ever heard the Klingon proverb that says revenge is a dish best served cold? Yeah, I can't do a requirement. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Firaga. So he's wasting his mana at this point. Wonderful. Such feeble spells. A vain attempt at revenge. Thundaga! Lizaga! You'll notice he's still casting spells when he's past 0. Wished he could have done that for me. I must cast Meteor! No! It will destroy you! I have no choice! Witness my final power! Meteor! This is a lot cooler than the Super Nintendo version. I feel like I'm walking into the Kubrick. 9999. Impossible! Wow, that was easy. All we had to do was pull out the frickin' Armageddon spell. How could he know Meteor? Tella! It matters not. The crystal is mine. Kane! So Meteor broke my spell over him. So be it. He no longer serves any purpose. Mark my words, Cecil. Someday I will destroy you. Don't think you could escape so easily? Impudent fool! Why don't you finish me? You... What is going on? We'll settle this the next time we meet. Cecil! Are you okay? Yeah. Meteor must have weakened him. What about Tella?
I failed.
Keep still, you old coot.
I'm such a fool. I lost myself in my own hatred. Avenge my daughter for me. I beg of you.
Tell her! Get up, you old geezer! I'll bet your daughter's mighty proud of you. You did good, kid. I mean, old man. Yet another casualty. Tell her, Anna, I swear on my life, we will avenge you. Now, it just so happens we have Kane over here. Kane! Kane! Cecil, I'm so sorry. What have I done? Don't blame yourself. You had no control over your actions. But a part of me inside was awake, and yet I just stood by and watched. Where's Rosa? Beyond those doors. We must hurry.
Cecil!
Ooh! Pendulum effect right there. Rosa. I knew you'd come. Yeah, I'm not gonna destroy this scene. This is actually really good. I missed you so much, and I realized Cecil. You realize what? Bam, man, spit it out! Ruining the moment, said. Kane? He is recovered. Tell us meteor broke Golbez's spell. Forgive me, Rosa. It's true that I was being controlled, but I also... Rosa, I wanted to keep you with me at any cost. Kane. Let's fight together, Kane. After all that I've done, it's too late. Hey, save the corny drama for later. We gotta scram! Let's go, Kane. We need your help more than ever. Cecil, Rosa, thank you. White Mage Rosa and Dragoon Kane have joined the party, so we have recovered Kane and Rosa. And now we have a full 5-man party. And the Red Wings to join us in this. And we're going to go ahead and re-equip Rosa, because she was only wearing prison garb. Kind of a nice touch. Oh, and one step, and now we're screwed. It seems Master Golbez has underestimated you. The Lord of Wind, Barbaricia. You disappoint me, Kane. Returning to the comfortable prison of your old life, despite all of your powers. I've simply come to my senses. I've grown sick of siding with animals like you. You snotty little wretch! I'll enjoy killing you all. With the old man and his meteor gone, you stand no chance. Let's see about that. And we're gonna have to wait for that fight till next week.